Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I am back because we have had a bit of a family emergency and and everybody's fine. We're all good. It's okay. But we're having to change some scheduling here. And even though that directly hasn't affected us, it has indirectly affected us. So it's kind of a pebble in the pond effect is what's happened. So, in theory, yesterday we were to have started on the 16th, Vision, hold on, 2020 Vision, the By the Well for God. We are going to start this on the 19th, which is Sunday. We still have enough days before Bible Journaling Camp happens. Bible Journaling Camp will begin February 3rd. Because we're only doing Monday through Friday. So, and that's where planning comes in. If I had really counted through my days. I was just thinking in last half of the month, which, praise God, he recognized that we were going to need a little something different. So, anyways, and of course, War Room is starting in February. I wanted to give you guys time that if you want to pick up memory decks cards, you can make them. They can be any color. They can be white. They can be craft. They can be whatever you want. They can be lined. They can have dividers. They can be however you want. They could be a sticky note that you literally just punch out and cut with scissors, and I will show that in the class. Or index cards actually would be even better. And you can get them at the Dollar Tree. So I just wanted to let you guys have a heads up for that. Many of you have written to me and said, I've got the War Room devotional, I'm ready to, or, Bible study, I'm ready to go. And I'm so thankful that you do. And thank you for your grace and mercy in this. We are going to begin that in March. And of course, February, we have the Winter Bible Journaling. And I've had a bit of a delay dealing with sponsors right now, and we've had a hiccup, and I have everything printed and ready to go on my end. I'm just waiting to work some things out logistically with a couple of sponsors, and it's not a problem because we have till next week for me to get them packaged and put together. We do have a couple of spots left, literally only 2. So if there's anybody who did not sign up for the Winter Bible Journaling Camp, you have until Monday. I will cut it off completely. Monday the 20th is the last day. So, and I hate to see these go not filled. And I have a feeling they won't be because God just keeps telling me to prepare for X amount. So, anyways, so I just wanted to put that out there. There's 2 slots left for the Winter Bible Journaling Camp. It is free, and it is shipped for free due to the sponsors that we have, by the grace of these people who are supporting. And we've had amazing people step in. Amazing people step in and help. The hymnal devotionals will begin in February. I will come back with a video on how we're going to go about that and the tools that I'll be using, but I won't do that until next week. We'll still have Tuesday morning on Tuesdays and plan with me's and memory keeping projects, and we're still going to have a craft day, hopefully a miscellaneous type craft day, as schedule permits. But again, 2020 Vision will begin on the 19th. If we begin it, and actually we could begin it on the 20th. Let me take a deep breath. Let me change it. Let's do it on the 20th. That way I'll be 100% ready for that Monday. I will come back on the 19th and show you my Bible journaling, the last, is it 5 or 6 days of this devotional that we just completed. And I hope you guys are taking the time to write Amanda and tell her thank you, because lo and behold, that I didn't understand. She was one of the authors, and there are so many great contributors that we could all take an opportunity to just write and say thank you. So, anyways, but I just wanted to get that housekeeping done. I'm getting ready to come back. I've already been prepping 2020, so I can't wait for that. I've already been studying, of course, I've been studying, preparing the materials for the winter Bible journaling camp, and it's going to be amazing. And I was just on the phone with my dear sweet friend, who is also our incredible, she has such the gift of teaching, Bible study leader. And I mean, she literally rewrote the Isaiah because there isn't an in and out version of it for the class, so she's writing it. And she is amazing. So, I mean, she can't say she's aligned with precepts, but she is a precept teacher, and she's teaching, and she's writing it in line with precepts, because she's done this study many, many times. We've done it before with, just the regular full-on precept class. And so she is taking her notes of teaching before, notes of taking the class, and she's converting it into a more user-friendly, for those that are really, really busy, that don't do the full-on Isaiah Bible study with precepts. So I'm praying for her. She and I were talking today, and I just said, how did I get so busy? And she was like, I know. And then she has some tremendous family struggles right now. So, and she also has the women's ministry that she teaches in the women's prison. So, and she teaches at least 2 days a week and multiple classes. So, and she teaches 2 Bible classes through us, and she's praise and worship at her church. So, you just look at her and you think, and I told her today, I said, you know why you rewrote Isaiah? And she said, why? And I said, and she was like, well, I know why I did it. And I said, because God needed that balm to heal your heart. And she was just like, well, and I said, no, you did. You needed to crawl into the Word. And, well, she's going through a difficult time, within her personal life. So, anyways, but it's amazing what God does when we're in the heat of the fire, my friends. So, as many of you know, yes, you know. So, all right, I'm going to come back. I've been requested to do a swag bag. I will gladly do that. From the conference I went to last weekend. I will also be sharing how I'm redoing all of my planners, thanks to that stinking conference, but it had nothing to do with the conference, so I'm just joking. It was a wonderful conference, but it was just God touching my heart in ways that was like, are you going to listen to me? Because it's good that you're here and you're going to learn all this, but I want you to hear what I want you to do. You know how God works. So anyways, I was like, okay. And anyway, so I'm excited to come back, pull all that together. I'm packing all this out, and we're going to be out of pocket. My husband has a class in the city, so we're going to go with him, and he wants us to go with him. And this is a very personal class. It's on tree pruning. And I told him, I said, well, I'm going to bring my Bible study and work on it while you're learning to, because I thought it was rose bush pruning. And he was like, no, it's even better. It's trees. And I was like, oh, yeah, and I thought, well, I'll bring my Bible study and work on it. And pardon me. And then I have a couple of classes I'm taking online. So, it's never dull. And then I have work. Somewhere in there, there's some work in there. Hold on a sec. But, and God, that's just how it's a season, and it's a season that's a blessing. It really is. So, but I'm excited to get these planners put together, because while I'm gone, and he's in his class, I think my daughter's going to be with him. I may be in my car, but doing Bible study. but, I will be there in spirit, and if he needs me in an emergency and all that good stuff. So, this is my quick calendar for the channel update. Again, we're finishing up Move the Mountain. We finished it. I'm just going to come back with my Bible journaling portion of it for the last 5 or 6 days. And I will do that in a share on the 19th. So let me put that there. Because then I look back and I think, what did I say? I'm so glad I wrote this out for you guys. And I'm posting this so hopefully you can see it. And if you can't, I'm just going to tell you. And I make it to where I begin posting this in February on my website. So you guys will be able to refer to my website and say, okay, when are we going to start that? Because so many of you are so amazing and encouraging, and yeah, and I'm hoping tonight while we're away I can sit and answer comments. Just depends on how late we get there and how late it goes. But hopefully, if not, Saturday night or Sunday. So hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll get to all your comments. The comments are coming in very fast now, and I'm so thankful for all of you. But if for any reason I don't get your comment and you need to know sooner, always email me. The email is listed below. The 2020 vision will begin on the 20th. And it is a 14-day, so we will go a little bit into, since there's 31 days, we will go into February, and then on the 3rd, we will begin, February 3rd, we begin the Winter Bible Journaling Camp. If we overlap by day, I'm not worried about it. And kind of like what I ended up doing, because we had an issue with technology in the Move the Mountains, if I need to, I'll double post, like one in the morning, one in the evening, because I don't want anybody, because I know you can look at it in your own timing. And one of our dear sweet friends here, Ginger, had suggested, I think it was Ginger, had suggested, you know, the Monday through Friday camp schedule works because if anybody falls behind, they can take the weekends and catch up if they want. So, and I thought, oh, she's so brilliant. So she's right. God had a plan when he said that to my heart. So, and there'll be 20 days of that Winter Bible Journaling Camp, and it's exciting to see it unfolding right now. And War Room will begin in March as planned. Again, if you want to do the memory decks projects, you can do them in your Bible. You don't have to do this. You are welcome. You can get these on Amazon. I think if you have Prime, it's less than $6, and I want to say it's like $4 something and some change, but I don't want to be, you know, that can change, you know, it depends on who's selling. So, but I just ordered mine from Amazon, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. They were shipped for free because I have Prime, and they got to me in like 2 days. So, but don't count on that. Always order ahead. But we will be doing memory decks projects with every day of War Room. So I hope you're excited about that. I will come with an introductory video about the hymnal devotional and the journaling, and I will share with you the devotional I'll be using and the journaling, the hymnal I'll be using to journal in. And, you know, supplies, you guys know basic supplies, but I'll just share a list of things would probably pull from to use. And we'll still continue with Tuesday morning on Tuesdays through March. And then, I just haven't been. I'm trying to focus and use my stash. And then I'll continue with my plan with me's, because I know a lot of you don't do the planning, but I know a lot of you do come here because of the planning. So, memory keeping projects, because I'm with Creative Memories, though my memory keeping that I'm going to share initially is not Creative Memories. So, I'll be showing you a different way to do it, and actually an even cheaper way to do it. So, okay, and then just miscellaneous craft days, and I feel like I skipped something. Oh, in April, we'll add back in, and in March, and in February, I'm hoping to, but I may not be able to. What I'll do is I'll always have a By the Will for God going all the time with you guys. So, and how I process through that. And I know many of you are huge By the Will for God fans. And so like I said, we're starting 2020 Vision on the 20th. And it will bleed a little bit into February because there's 14 days. And then the next one that will be released in late January, and we'll do that in February, probably the last 2 weeks in February, is In the Groove. So, yeah. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. Enjoying all these different things that are going on in the channel. And I apologize for any of the change in schedule. I was talking to my friend today, and she does all these Bible studies, and she teaches all these Bible studies. And I was just like, I was trying to quote her a verse, and I couldn't remember the address. And I said, and she goes, well, I know it's not Isaiah, because she's been writing that. We both laughed. And I said, you know what? It begins to blur together for me, and I apologize for that. And she said, no, I understand, but I know she has a photographic memory. And so she was just like, no, I understand, and don't worry about it. And, and I said, I'm a planner that's gotten behind in her planning. And so therefore I'm having to make my big cheat sheet. And she started laughing, and I said, I've got to get my planning stuff 100% revamped today before we leave so I can sit and work on the schedule while I'm gone and get everything written out and posted on the website in the next week or two, and then everything else. And so we are getting there. It's me and me alone in this journey as far as all of this part of it, and having this kind of emergent thing that happened this week, and then next week we have to change our schedule for something that we're totally fine with. We're totally happy and totally thrilled to do, but it does affect our schedule. And it affected our Bible study. So I was telling my Bible study leader, but anyways, it's all good. And as each of you go through and you think of these things, as Christians, we know that God has a plan. And we may fall behind in the plan, because right now I feel like I've fallen way behind in all these different areas, in getting this room packed out. But some days are not our own. Some days just aren't our own. And just to give you a little encouragement story, because a lot of you write me and you like that. So I will tell you, I went Wednesday to get my hair done. And I won't show you, but I went from brunette to red. and I've never made that big of a leap. I mean, I've highlighted my hair, but I've never made this big of a leap. And went to a new hairdresser, and it was really fun. It was like an old-fashioned beauty parlor, but they were all young kids, and young women to people my age that worked there. And so it was a small shop, and so we all talked together the whole time, and I was there for 2.5 hours, and I don't ever take time for things like that. And they recognized that it was my birthday, and then I had some apps that were giving me goodies for my birthday, like our health food store, and boba tea. I don't know if you know what boba tea is, but a tea shop. And so and I kind of know people in the other places, and so it was like this big deal. Everywhere I went, there were these incredible, like, happy birthday, all these, and I'm not I get really embarrassed by that, and I'm not telling you because please don't send me anything message. I mean, those of you who did, thank you so much for your messages. I so appreciate them. And those of you who didn't know, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody needs to know that. Because I'm 29 still, right? But anyways, I mean, I have a daughter who's 29. I got to be a twin. But anyways, she said I could be a twin. But anyways, long story short, in the end, I took a deep breath, because when she did my hair, it didn't come out exactly as I had envisioned it in my mind. And I thought, well, that's not her fault. That's my fault. And yet I knew she was scrambling on a portion of it. I could see her face. And it was okay. I didn't react. I didn't even let her know that I recognized there was an issue, because I didn't want to make her more nervous or nervous. And she fixed it, and she was fine. But as we finished, I was like, well, I have to be honest. It wasn't what I envisioned, but I'm happy with it, because you had me do something that I've never done before. You had me not just put my toe in the water, you had me like step full in. And you know what? And I thought, oh my gosh, my husband's going to hate it. My goodness gracious, what in the world do I do? And so I kind of forewarned him. And we were having dinner with our youngest daughter and my other kiddos, and the ones that were local. And they were all so sweet about it. They were like, we love it. And my husband was like, I love it. I really do. My husband's very opinionated, and he's very direct. He will tell you whether he likes it or not. And I said, well, because I was telling him on the phone, and he said, well, just let me wait and see it. I might like it. And he came in and he goes, I really like it. And I was just like, really? So I trimmed my bangs up, because the front of my hair is just so heavy duty. And, it softened it, and I like it, but it's still pretty bright. And, because for some reason, and I know that's the part she knows she boo-booed on. The back of my hair I love. The front of my hair is kind of like, wow. But that's going to grow out, and I'll cut it off quick because it's just bangs. So what I'm saying in all of this as I tell this story is, I told my husband by the next day, you know what? This new hairdo is indicative of a new heart do. And it's a new year. And it's time for me to take steps that I've excused away or haven't been able to do because of everything else I let take over. And he was like, that's great. And I just told my Bible study teacher the same thing, because she's in a very embroiled battle for one of her parents, and it's horrible, and he has Alzheimer's. And there are a lot of naughty people, taking advantage of them, which we understand. And I just told her, I said, there will be healing. And I promise you there will be an end, and there will be healing. And even when you think you're healed, God will heal you more. And I told her, and I said, and I know I'm speaking to the choir because I know you know that. And I told her, and I said, and for me, and so I wouldn't shock her. I said, and I'm now a redhead. And she started laughing, and I kind of told her the quick, shorter version of that, and she roared laughing. She's like, I think that's great. And I said, she's just great. And I, and I don't see her doing things like that at all. But she understood. I just said, I think that we can look at things as burdens, or we can see them as a blessing. So when change happens, and it's change that's out of our hand, we can either fight it, struggle with it, really, trade it, tweak it, or we can let it go. And we can trust God. We can trust God, because yesterday I went into Ulta to get special shampoo, and the gal was so sweet, and I said, well, she goes, I love your hair, because she thought it was for, color treated hair. And I said, well, I had it done, and it's a little different than I had thought, but everybody likes it. And she said, and I had to get change of eyebrow pencil. It was so sad. And because I have jet black eyebrows. And so I told her, I said, well, I'm not dyeing my eyebrows. And she goes, no, you don't need to. And I said, and she was so sweet. She was a beautiful girl, beautifully coiffed. And she said, I just want you to know that part that you are concerned about will fade. And I said, and I know that. I do. Thank you for saying that. And she said, but I love it just the way it is. And however it ends up, I'm sure it'll be beautiful. And I was just like, oh, what a sweet girl. You know what I mean? So God gives us these people in our lives when change happens. And he encourages us to say, see, I told you, I got that for you. I got it for you. You got to listen to me. So I'm changing my portion of the schedule. I hope it doesn't adversely affect your schedule. And I thank you for the grace that has allowed me to think I had a schedule, and God tweaked it a little bit. And of course it was due to extenuating circumstances. There were ill family members, and something happened, and one is a very distant family member, but they've gone on to be home with the Lord, and we felt like we needed to be there as support for both, and in a different way. And then one is just medical timing on things. So and it's all good. Don't worry, it's all good. I promise you. And God has everything under control. And when I have surgery coming, I will let you guys know. And because many of you have already messaged and said, please tell us the date, and I will. And if you don't want to know, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Okay. But, okay, so here is my quick chat and update on schedules. Come back. I will be working on planners. Come back on Monday. We will begin our 2020 vision with By the Well for God. And even if you didn't get the devotional and you still want to follow along, you will get to see how I journal in my Bible. And I will try you know what I'll try to do this weekend is I'll try to put out on my website the particular verses I'm going to journal within this devotional, because you can pick and choose. So I will try to get that put on my website. So if worst comes to worst, you can walk through the 2020 vision with me, so you'll know if you want to do the next month. And then I will share which I'm going to Bible journal. You can watch mine and decide if you want to do it, or you can do it with me. Because I know many of you say that. You're like, I stopped the video and I do it with you. And I love that. I mean, I want us to creatively get in God's Word. I want us to hide it in our hearts. And I want us to know the Word and know God in such an intimate way that when He tweaks our schedule, we can hear Him. And we want to know His voice. And so I'm excited to go through this with y'all. Love Lori. You know how much I love Lori, and I love her shop. And if you are not signed up for her emails, please, even if you maybe don't want to at this point sign up and get the kits, maybe sign up for her emails, so that if in any way in the future, because she does not bombard you with emails at all, ever. I mean, I sometimes have a hard time finding the release date emails. It's so, but, and so many of you all like tag me or message me and say, I got mine, I just ordered mine, and I cannot thank you enough when you guys do that. But if you would like to be on those emails, it is invaluable if you want to know the release date. So, and you want to maybe in the future participate. So, all right, so that's that. I'm going to let you go. I've got my coffee, my last cup, or my second cup. I'm going to drink this, and I'm going to come back, and we're going to work on planning. And I'm super excited, guys. I'm so excited at what God's doing. And I'm so excited to be with you guys. And He has got us all in the palm of His hand when we just trust in Him and seek His ways and His schedule. So, all right, friends, I love you guys. I'll be back with you soon. Y'all take care. Like, subscribe, do your thing. We'd love to have you part of us. And if you enjoy it, come on back. All right, friends, I'll be back with planners. I love you, and I'll talk to you very quickly. Bye-bye.